Hey Volley-Heads, it's Elise from Let's Talk Volleyball. I am a college volleyball coach.
I'm Zach, I'm her husband. I'm nothing, I'm here.
And today we're reacting to episode 4 of Haikyuu.
Yes, all right. So last episode, we switched to the sub over the dub. How do you feel like that went?
It is definitely harder to do reaction content to the sub. Like I really do, it was harder. And I knew that it would be. But I don't know. I guess we can keep with the sub. It was fine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is hard to talk, look at the screen. I know that, and even when we pause, it's hard to talk, look at the screen, read the subtitles, and then also focus on the animation, which I think when you're trying to analyze like what they're doing is a little more difficult than if you were just watching the show for enjoyment.
Yes, I think that's kind of what is difficult about what we're doing is like I'm really watching more of like their body movements and the way that things are portrayed, not so much their interactions. Like that matters less to me in this context. And so I'm really trying to actually like pay attention to the minutia and the detail of what's happening on screen. So it's hard to consistently just watch the subtitles, but I think the more I do it, the easier it will get. I think it's probably a skill. So I'm willing to try the sub again. Let
us know if you find that that us fumbling over ourselves is distracting. We can always switch back. I know a lot of you wanted the sub though, so just let us know your thoughts. We're cool to do whatever. But anyway, ready to get into it?
Yep.
All right, let's go.
Director of Brazilian men's volleyball team.
From the okay, this is like a real thing. That's cool.
Is it? Huh.
Toho. Okay. I mean, Toho is the
real
the publishing company.
The volleyball player is not a soloist, but a member of an orchestra. When the player begins to think I'm special, that player is finished.
I mean, that's fitting for Kageyama.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming that's why it is.
Yeah.
In here. Whoa. I don't think you'd be able to see his breath, but I understand it's
cold. It's cold in the court.
Is it? I sure hope not. Whoa. He's got very loose wrists. Yeah.
Is that what you want?
No.
Oh, okay. Come on, Kageyama, get it together, man.
You use some flexibility, certainly in your wrist, but that's like a noodle. Oh, this is a dream.
There's kind of a flashback to his time in middle school.
She potentially a manager? Oh, she's the manager?
You'll never get to know.
Okay.
I think she's the manager.
Okay.
大丈夫だよ。攻撃力は田中の方が上だから。でも手は抜かないからな。小さいのと田中さん、どっち先に抑えましょうか。そうそう。王様が負けるところも見たいですね。ズッキー、聞こえてるんじゃ。やばいよ。聞こえるように言ってんだろうが。冷静さを変えてくれるとありがたいな。月島、いい性格の悪さしてるね。特に家来たちに見放す。
He's just the rage bait master.
ねえ、今の聞いた？あんなこと言っちゃって。
Why is he walking like that?
もうほんと。釣りつぶす。
Oh. Volleyball? Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Volleyball is different than perhaps other sports in the trash talk area. Like, yes, trash talk normally happens right after play or, like typically it is a stare down, like you block somebody and you stare them down across the net.
Mm-hmm.
That is kind of what trash talk looks like, or right after you block them or right after you get a really hard swing against somebody who's been blocking you. That's kind of when the trash talk happens. It doesn't happen outside of that context often.
You typically don't have much talk across the net?
No.
You think that would get someone carded?
Oh yeah, easily. And even then, like you see in college volleyball, a little bit more leniency on that. They let the drama fester a little bit. Like you can stare down pretty hard and kind of say something through the net right after something happens. But yeah, if you're doing that kind of stuff, like when you're not within the context of an active play, no, that stuff is just not tolerated.
Wild.
You don't really do that.
It's so interesting because, like in football,
I was
you
gonna
see
say
that
football
all the time, every single play.
Yes, and so it's very different than other sports, and I bet it's kind of like that in basketball, especially because it's more continuous. Of like, you kind of always have somebody there to kind of just say something to. In volleyball, you don't see that in this sense of like trash talking outside of when you're off the court at all. Or even like in timeouts, or like it needs to be right after something happens, or else it's like really not tolerated. And certainly it is a thing, but only within your little bubble of time.
Interesting.
We're
right into it.
Whoa! What is his obsession with taking off his shirt?
Showing off for Kyoko.
Yeah, fair. I think I missed it. Is this the warm up for their game?
This is the game. They're right into it.
Not dramatic enough. Block. Yep. Oh, was it out though?
Did he tool?
Yeah, was it a tool? Yeah.
この間もびっくりしたけど、君よく飛ぶね。それであとほんの30センチ身長があればスーパースターだったか。
He just needs more tools in his toolbox. He'll be fine.
もう一本。次は決める。またブロック。
That's when I start to say, make a different decision. Make a different decision.
くそ。どうもこいつ思った以上にやるな。ほらほら、ブロックにかかりっぱなしだよ。王様のトスやればいいじゃん。敵を置き去りにするトス。ついでに味方も置き去りにしちゃうやつね。うるせえんだよ。山口、ナイスさ。
Even that trash talk isn't going to be tolerated, honestly.
ごめん、月。どんまいどんまい。速い攻撃なんか使わなくても勝ってやるよ。いけー、殺人サーブ。影山のジャンプサーブか。強烈だったな。まとめて展開。
Yeah, that's accurate. That toss.
山口、任せろ、月。
Oh.
くそ。大地さんの武器は安定したレシーブだ。守備力は半端ねえぞ。何点か稼げるかと思った。
Receive is not defense. Receive is not defense. That's, I think that probably the biggest mistake I see in people who aren't super into volleyball is that they'll say anything is passing or anything is like defense. It's the same thing. Like if you take it with your platform, if you pass the ball with your arms, it's the same thing, and it's not. So if you are receiving a ball and receive from a serve, right? You're passing a serve. That is what we call passing, and that is not defense. That is passing. That's serve receive. So that's its own little category. But then defense is whenever you're
defend, like digging an attack.
Digging an attack, not a serve. So if it's coming from an attack, then you call it a dig. If it's coming from a serve, then you call it a pass.
So if a hitter tipped, would you call that a dig still?
A dig. Yep. No. Yep.
Or if they sent a free ball over, would that be a dig or would that be a pass?
Dig.
Okay.
If you pass a...
So if a ball comes over to your side of the net on any contact except for the serve, it is defense.
Yes, that's what we consider defense. If it is the first contact off of a serve, then it is called a pass.
Got it.
And sometimes, like, there is nuance. Like, a pass can be any sort of platform. To pass. If you take it with your platform, you can call it a pass. But if you were talking about, let's work on passing, you were talking about serve receive.
What if you took a serve with your hands?
Hand pass.
Hand pass. Okay, hand pass.
Hand pass. We literally call it hand passing.
Got it.
Yeah, because you pass it with your hands.
Okay.
Yeah, it's literally called a hand pass.
Cool.
Yes, so anything off that first contact off of the serve is going to be called a pass, serve, receive, and it is not defense. So you would never say, let's work on defense, and then you do serve, receive.
Nice.
Say, let's work on serve, receive, and you pass the ball.
Got it.
Yep.
突出した才能はなくても2年分お前らより長く
体にすり込んできたレシーブだ。簡単に崩せると思うなよ。
Is this the captain?
Daichi, yep.
Okay.
王様
We haven't seen him play
そろそろ
before.
本気出した方がいいんじゃない
あ、なんなんだお前。この間から突っかかりやがって。王様のトスってなんだ。
君こいつがなんで
Something interesting with the show is they will kind of take the net out of the
Oh,
faces
yeah, I
of the
didn't even notice
players
that 'cause
across
I'm
from the court. I
reading.
think it's just to make it easier to see what they're doing. Also, maybe easier to
Animate would be my
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I mentioned last episode we haven't been introduced to a coach yet. And with all this trash talking going on, would you, as a coach, would you let that happen?
No.
Yeah, you'd shut it down.
No, yeah. If it was just like teasing, sometimes my girls will tease each other that way,
Mhm.
and it's obviously like very lighthearted. But if they're being serious like this, absolutely not.
Gotcha.
I would honestly, I would go send them out, and they would need to have a conversation.
They would have to do what Daichi did to Kageyama and Hinata in the second episode.
Yeah,
Like,
but
figure it out before you come back in here.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
And that's why you said he was a good captain.
Yeah, because
well,
I'm
look at that.
like we can't. We're not tolerating that. There's no tolerance.
Yeah. Would you expect your captain to crack down on that, or would
No.
you make that your?
I think it depends on the context. If I'm in the college space and I have a girl who I have had for the past 4 years and she is a senior and we have developed a relationship like that and she has developed a relationship like that with her teammates, yes.
Got it.
But like on a club team where we've had 4 months together, no. Not in that sense. It could be like a, hey, come on, let's move on, guys.
Mhm.
But in terms of setting a boundary and saying, stop, go take care of this, no, I wouldn't want that from my captain unless we had developed that sort of trust in a relationship.
って王様って呼ばれてるか知らないの
こいつがなんかすげえうまいから他の学校のやつらがビビってそう呼んだとかじゃないの。
そう思ってるやつも結構いると思うけどねでも噂じゃコート上の王様って異名北川第一のやつらがつけたらしいじゃん王様のチームメイトがさ意味は自己中
That was his middle school. If you didn't catch that.
王が独裁者噂だけは聞いたことがあったけどあの試合を見て納得いったよ横暴が行き過ぎてあの決勝ベンチに下げられてたもん
Oh, no.
You'd never have that big of a break between points. Like in a real game, you never see people
No.
just stopping play to talk. I
Talk.
mean, maybe if it was a rec game, but
Yeah, even then, though, people really aren't happy to stand around and chat. Like, you kind of want the rallies to go pretty quickly. And I would say, like, at least at the NCAA Division I level, that is probably one of people's biggest complaints is that the games are really slow.
gotcha. Interesting.
And when a 5-set match is going to go 2.5 hours, and it's a very long game, even though it's not a problem for football. And there's plenty of ad breaks
Yeah,
and plenty of stuff.
I know that you've said
stopping.
that a big reason why you prefer sports like volleyball over you like football, but
Yeah.
a main reason why you prefer a fast sport like that is every point is very quick. Like there's not a lot of stoppage. Like football, you run a play, you wait around for like 30 seconds until you snap the ball and run the next play. Volleyball, it's like 5-10 seconds.
Yeah, well, I think I prefer actually the stoppage of volleyball of like, okay, I have 10 seconds to talk to you versus like basketball where you're just kind of always going back and forth, or soccer where you're always going back and forth. Like that for me gets very repetitive, and I have a hard time sticking with an entire game.
It's kind of
Of
the sweet
this.
spot between a sport like football and a sport like
Exactly.
soccer.
Yeah. So if you paid attention to the NCAA this past year, they did a very good job of making sure that there were just lots of balls ready so that as soon as somebody's behind that service line, they have a ball in their hand and that they can serve. So there's less time in between rallies, and that there were never any times where somebody's like, oh, hey, I need a towel to wipe up the sweat. Like people were ready. They did it like on and off. So they were really trying to speed up the games a little bit. So just like tolerating this, even at like a rec level, is just not going to happen. All that conversation.
ブロックが高いなんとかして振り切らないともっと速い攻撃でブロックがついてこられなくなるくらいもっと速く
Ooh, and a good float. Too fast. Honestly, it wasn't even the speed, it was the location.
けどこのブロック振り切らなきゃ勝てねえだろ。ここで終わんのか。
There is, I mean, he is right in the fact that a faster offense is harder to block. In general, I don't think that's always true, but in general, you want some tempo on the ball so that you can move pin to pin pretty quickly.
Sure.
I will say, you cannot at a high level have the mentality of they're good blockers, we can't do anything. You can always do something, even if you're up against blockers who are pressing really well and are really big and tall. You have to have more tools in your toolbox than hitting right into hands. You need to be able to tool them, right? Use their fingers to go high hands or go off the side of their hands. And then also just like having good shots of like going over the block, tipping, and then like swinging at really tough angles around them. So if this is just a very elementary belief of like they have good blockers, we're toast.
Yeah, there's an arc, I guess I'll call it, later on in the season that I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on.
Okay.
After hearing you say that.
Okay. Oh no, I don't think I got it.
Oh,
Good,
no.
good,
Oh,
good.
no. Hello? There we go.
俺は全国へ行く。もっと早く動け。もっと高く飛べ。俺のトスに合わせろ。
Are there nationals for like 7th graders? Like, are there middle school nationals?
Not for middle school. Middle school aged club players, yes, but not at school affiliation.
I think most school programs are. I think it's their version of club. Like they're. I think even though it's a school team, like it's their school club. I think that is their club team.
Right, but you can only. It's still in the sense of like it. You can only play for the team that your school puts on.
Yeah.
Whereas like club volleyball in America, you can play for any club, right? Which is how I was able to travel so far from my club.
Right.
It's like you are limited by the people that attend your school.
Yeah. And I think that's part of the reason why Hinata wanted to go to this school. I think it was like him picking a club. He went to this school for the volleyball, not for the schooling.
Right. That's fair.
トスを上げた先。そこに誰もいなかった。あの日、コンビミスは何度かあった。でも、最後のあれはミスじゃない。あれは拒絶だ。もうお前にはついていかないと。あいつらが俺に言った一球だった。
And that was correct. You should have done that.
お前もうベンチ下がれ。
Benched.
クイック使わないのも、あの決勝のせいでビビってるとか？
てめえ、さっきからうるせ
I agree. Just yapping.
せっかくトス上げても誰も飛んでないんじゃ。
ああ、そうだ。
トスを上げた先に誰もいないっつうのは心底怖えよ。
でもそれ中学の話でしょ。俺にはちゃんとトス上がるから別に関係ない。それよりどうやってお前をぶち抜くかだけが問題だ。月島に勝ってちゃんと部活入ってお前は正々堂々セッターやる。そんで俺にトス上げる。それ以外になんかあんのか？
I think it is really cool whenever you go to a new team and people don't know your history, you can kind of rewrite your story in terms of like your self-belief, because for me, a lot of times in my brain, I was like, oh, I'm a bad defensive setter. Like I'm bad at defense as a setter, and that's a very common thing. And so then going to a new team, it's a really cool ability to like reinvent yourself, to say like, oh, I don't have to consider myself a bad defensive setter because nobody here else believes that. So then it's able to actually increase that skill and to be good at something or not identify with your weaknesses as much in a new situation like this. So he's exactly right. Of like, well, that was in high school or junior high, right? Like, it doesn't mean this is going to be the same here, and you can change what you believe about yourself as a player and change your skill set as a player because you have a fresh start in a new environment to define yourself. So I remember experiencing that a lot after I moved teams my senior year of high school. It was like in my brain, everybody thought I was a bad defensive setter. Then I went to this new team and it was nobody else believes that I'm a bad defensive setter. I'm the only one who believes I'm a bad defensive setter. So I can change what I believe about myself and I don't have to be a bad defensive setter.
Did you feel that way when you switched teams in college too?
No, because I was a good defensive setter.
Oh, okay. Well, were there other beliefs that you had about yourself that you felt like changed? Okay.
For sure. I think, and that was one of the benefits for myself of transferring. That wasn't why I transferred, but I think that's probably what I got the most out of is that you just have a clean,
rewrite the narrative.
Yeah, and not in a way of like I'm not owning up to past things, but it's just it gives you a fresh start to be like, okay, but I don't have to define myself by that.
Sure.
The goal would be to be able to identify yourself differently in the same environment, right? Like that would be an example of mental resilience, but that change in environment is just a really easy way to do that.
日向はまだ真っ向勝負で月島に勝てない。田中さん、影山。
Seems to be good off that one foot.
そこに誰もいるぞ。
Was it out?
It looked out to me.
空振るとこだった。アウトだけど。
Yeah.
でもちゃんとボール来た。中学のことなんか知らねえ。俺にとってはどんなトスだってありがたいトスなんだ。俺はどこにだって飛ぶ。どんなボールだって打つ。だから俺にトス持ってこい。
Was he intentionally trying not to set him? Is that what that was? Like he didn't mean to set him?
He was gonna send it to Tanaka, but then he heard and saw Hinata and then changed right at the last second to
Okay.
send it to Hinata.
今影山は田中の方に上げようとしてたはずなのに日向の声と動きにとっさに反応して
Do you feel like you have that much time in the moment? Obviously, it's a lot slower here, but like, do you feel like you could change your mind that quickly in the heat of it?
Yes, I mean setters do all of the time, but you will find sometimes setters will make a setting error because they change their mind too late.
Sure.
That is definitely a thing. Like there is time to change your mind, and we teach them to do that. Of like to wait until the very last second to decide who they're going to set based off of where the block is. If they block cheats, then you need to be able to go the opposite direction. But there is a point where you can't.
Sure.
And you will start making what we consider setting errors because you decided too late, you changed your mind, and now you can't.
Gotcha.
You can't do anything with it.
With Hinata at the height of his jump right here, would this be too late? He like would he be too far below the net by the time, because like you can't even see the ball in the frame.
Yeah, no, he would have already had set the ball.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but
Obviously, there's going to be a lot of that just because it's an animated. Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
あそこまで正確なトスを
If you hear groaning, that's our dog.
Oh
な
no.
っちゃってるけど
Here she comes.
影山すごいおいお前らクイック使えんのか
Sure.
今みたいな速い攻撃だよ
全然俺ポーンって山なりに上がるトスしか打ったことないです
でも今やったろそれにお前中学の時素人セッターのミスったトス打ったろああいう
でもどうやったかは覚えてないですでも俺どんなトスでも打ちますよ打つからな
合わせたこともないのに速攻なんて無理だろ
今無理って言ったこいつ無理って単語知ってんのかなんだお前変そんな弱気なの気持ち悪い変
The creeps. Why does he just be so creeped out? That's the word that
王
he's
様らし
using.
くないんじゃない
今打ち抜いてやるから待ってろ
You gonna squeeze in here?
そんな気になっちゃっ
Come
た
on.
ら
I don't know if there's room for you. Oh,
She's going
you
to
gonna
me.
try. Oh, hello.
人には向き不向きがあるんだからさ
This is yeah.
明らかにスパイカーに向いてないでしょ
確かに中学の時も今も俺飛んでも飛んでもブロックに止められてばっかだバレーボールは高さが必要いくら高く飛べても圧倒的な身長差は生まんね
Yeah, you're not gonna hit over them when you're small. You have to have
こん
other
な風に
skills.
なりたいって思っちゃった
No, just jump higher.
No.
不利とか不向きとか関係ないんだ この体で戦って勝ってもっといっぱいコートにいたい。嫌だ。俺はまだ
Towel over the head. LOL. That's not something that you see in volleyball. Maybe in football.
だからその方法がないんでしょ。精神論じゃないんだって。気持ちで身長差がうまいんだ。リベロ
You can.
話は別だけど。
The first time Liber has mentioned.
スパイカーの前の壁を切り開く。そのためのセッターだ。
なんだよ影山。
This little 3-on-3 game is taking so long.
いいか。打てないならかわすぞ。
Oh, banger.
前のありったけの運動能力と反射神経で俺のトスを打て。
はあ、それ速攻の説明かよ。
That's how you explain it.
分かってねえだろ。
とりあえずやってみま
なんだお前、さっきまでガチへこみしてたくせに。
す。へこんでません。
嘘つけ。
やってやんよ。
こいつの反射とスピードなら速いトスだって打てるはずだ。
よし。
He is right in saying that it's your setter's job to get you in a good position.
まだねえしな。とりあえず
よし、そっち側にトス上がるんだな。よし、吉田のおばちゃんのサーブより弱い。
Yeah.
こっちに行った。
Yep, too fast.
こんな速いの？
おい、何してる。おっと出た王様のトス。最初からうまくいくわけねえだろ。それはどうかな。
That's stuff you gotta practice before a game. Oh, yep. In the net. I will say something similar to that too. If my girl's like, "Oh, looks like we caught a little fish." So we got a fish in the net.
You having fun looking at that wall?
Oh, okay, that's it. I'm just-
重要なのはそこじゃねえよ。
影山。そんじゃ中学の時と同じだよ。日向には反射もスピードもついでにバネも
Springing
やれ
power.
ば速い攻撃だって。
日向のそのすばしっこさっていう武器、お前のトスが殺しちゃってるんじゃないの？日向には技術も経験もない。
菅原さん。
中学でお前にギリギリ合わせてくれた優秀なプレイヤーとは違う。でも素材はピカイチ。
え、そんな天才とか大げさです。
言ってねえよ。
お前の腕があったらさ、なんつうかもっと日向の持ち味っていうか才能っていうか、そういうのをもっとこう菅さんファイトなんかうまいこと使ってやれんじゃないの？俺お前と同じセッターだから去年の試合お前見てビビったよ。ずば抜けたセンスとボールコントロール、そんで何より敵ブロックの動きを冷静に見極める目と
Yeah, a setter needs to be able to read your blockers.
全部ないもん。
そんなことないっておっさん。一回聞いとくけど。
技術があってやる気もありすぎるぐらいあって
Oh my
周りを
goodness.
見る優れた目を持っているお前に仲間のことが見えないはずがない。
なんかうまいことってなんだ。
でもちゃんとボール来た。
俺はお前の運動神経が羨ましい。
は？
だから宝の持ち腐れのお前が腹立たしい。
は？
それならお前の能力俺が全部使ってみせる。
なんだ。
Yeah, what does that mean?
お前の一番のスピード、一番のジャンプで飛べ。
Hmm.
ボールは俺が。
That's exactly what a fast tempo is.
持
Is
っ
that
ていくって何？どういう？
you see your there's kind of two ways that I say it is like if we're not running a tempo or a fast ball like what we're doing here, it's see ball, go ball, right? You see the ball and you go to the ball.
So the hitter sees the set and then they go and hit that set.
Right. Well, whenever we're doing a fast tempo ball, then it's the other way around. You go, she sets, is usually what I say.
So the hitter will do their approach.
You go.
Then...
The setter is responsible for finding them and their tempo and their place in their approach.
A lot more pressure on the setter.
A lot more pressure on the setters, which is why we definitely will work on that. Like, needs to be really clear what are we doing, because the hitter's timing changes, and is it on the hitter is it on the hitter to go adjust to the ball, or is it on the setter to get the ball in the right spot at the right time? So it kind of depends who has the pressure based off of like if you're going fast or not.
Got it. Interesting. They'll touch on that a little bit, but I like your insight into that.
お前はただブロックのいないとこにマックスの速さと高さで飛ぶ。そんで全力スイングだ。俺のトスは見なくていい。ボールには合わせなくていい。
はあ？ボール見なきゃ空振りじゃん。
かもな。でも
That's
やってみ
funny.
たい。
わかった。
まだ何かやるつもりか？王様の自己中トスなんて誰も打てないってば。
だよね。
何するつもりだ？少なくともあのトスじゃ今の日高
Can you
の
pick a side?
ナイスだ。一本。
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to adjust.
すっげえ集中。
Good float.
見ろ見ろ。
Watch, watch, watch. Oh, he's so tiny.
俺の位置は
Oh, okay, he's staying. I got it.
次にどう動く？どこに飛ぶ？こいつのジャンプのてっぺんはどこだ？今この位置、このタイミング、この角度で。
Sniper.
It is kind of like that.
よし。
It's exaggerated, but you need to be able to use your periphery vision to see where my hitter is, and then you throw it where they are.
大げさだな。
おい今日向目つぶってたぞ。
はあ？どういう？
ジャンプする瞬間からスイングするまでの間、日向は目をつぶってた。
Your hitters, when they do a go ball like that, they don't.
No,
They don't close
please
their eyes.
don't. Please don't. Please don't close your eyeballs.
Okay, man. Okay.
Okay, okay.
What are you
寸
doing?
分の狂いもなく。
What's the plan?
I think
here?
she wins the spot. Okay.
Okay. All right. Nice hanging
I
out.
think she would have stayed longer if she had more space. It's funny.
All right. All right.
お前、目つぶってたってなんだ？
ボール見るなって言ったんだろ。
All right. I think she's done.
開けてるとどうしてもボールに目が行くから。
確かに言ったけど、
でも今の成功だろ。何が悪い？
それはそうだけど、100% 信じるなんてできるか普通。
だって今信じる以外の方法わかんねえもん。
クソ下手くそなやつ。お前は3年間何やってたんだ？こいつのあのバネも機動力も俺のトスなら活かせる。よし、日向のスパイクが決まればマークが分散して田中さんも打ちやすくなる。よっしゃ。俺たち
Yep, we want to spread out your offense.
みじんもないが。
The more one player scores, the easier it is for another player to score. So if you have an outside who's just absolutely ripping it, and then your blockers are going to be committing to that outside to block them, and then that's whenever it makes it sense to go back, because your blockers are going to be less available to block the hitter who's maybe not as.
Yeah. If you're only setting to one player, the defense is going to stack on that player and make it harder for them to score.
Yeah.
But if you spread it to your other hitters, then yeah, that makes sense.
信じて飛べ。
Oh, too low.
Ouch.
さっきのはまぐれかな。
でも確実にトスの精度が上
15
が
to
ってきて
22.
そうですかね。
Getting close.
今度はネットから離しすぎた。やっぱ簡単じゃねえな。
Wiping the sweat off your round.
把握しとくのもしんどいし。けど面白い。
Aw.
ニヤニヤしてんだよ。ふざけんな。顔面2回目だぞ。
It should be fun.
不能。さ
きのはマグルだろ。なのに懲りずに何回も。
でも多分ひなたはまた何回でもボールを見ないで飛ぶんじゃないかな。確かに理解不能だよな。他人を 100% 信じるなんてそうできることじゃないもんな。しかも因縁の相手なのにな。
さあうまくいかねえ。でもさっきの手応え、ボールの芯を捉えた時の手に伝わる重み、大好きな感触。もう一回、もう一回、
もう一回丁寧にスパイカーが最大限力を発揮できるトスを。ナイスシール。どうせまたチビにあげて失敗だな。田中さんだけマークしとけば。お前もかい。
That wouldn't be able to happen that quickly.
打ち抜けないなら
Going from back right up to block. Whoa, lost track of him.
長身の選手より高さで踊るなら
Also, that's very hard if he's right-handed to go to your left.
Yeah.
So then you're hitting like this.
そうすれば今この瞬間だけここが一番高い場所。目の前に立ちはだかる高い壁、その向こうはどんな眺めだろうか、どんな風に見えるのだろうか。俺一人では決して見ることのできない、これが頂の景色。
The red. Cute.
They did it. They did a teamwork.
I feel like there was a little bit more nuance in the volleyball in that, especially with the tempo set, a fast ball, a tempo ball, because that's definitely a thing. And part of this too is like, you are going to mess up that tempo a lot when it's new. And for me, my encouragement to my players is to make them mistakes so that they can learn through it. But if they stop running the tempo because they're scared of things like that, it's not that you're not going to hit your hitter in the face, but like of like genuinely like the ball goes past you and you're like, well, then airball, literal airball. And it doesn't feel good. It looks embarrassing. And so a lot of players will not stick with it because it looks like this. It is not like we're getting it and then we're good.
Sure. Yeah.
It's certainly an up and down process. And so whenever you're learning how to run those tempo balls as a setter and a hitter, like there just has to be a lot of give and take on both sides and figuring out how to make that work and being okay with it being bad a lot of the time.
Well, like you said, you typically want to practice stuff like that in practice and not in the middle of a game.
Yep.
But
100%.
Didn't really have the option.
No, but you do find that players will go into a game and not do it because they're afraid of the mistakes.
Sure.
And my encouragement at the beginning of the season for my girls is like, do it now. Let's mess up
Make
now.
the mistakes now when it doesn't matter.
Yeah. That's what I think.
All right, cool. Well, episode 4 in the bag. Any last thoughts? Ready to see the exciting conclusion to the...
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna pretend... Oh, that wasn't the conclusion. They haven't lost yet.
No,
Okay.
I think it's 22-16 now with that point.
Okay. I was gonna say, I would assume that they were
I think that was still the first set. I don't know if they were going to 2, but they're still in the first set.
Okay. Yeah, that would be my question is, are they playing 2 out of 3? And I assumed plot-wise that they were gonna lose, but they would have seen their potential and been like, oh no, we want you anyway.
Yeah, kind of be like the whole, you did it, you became teammates.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's all I have to say.
Cool. All right. Well, we will be back for episode 5 again. Leave us your feedback. We'd love to hear your thoughts, your suggestions. Yeah. Thanks for the support. See you next time.